Welcome to Ken's Corner. Please give me a like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can get the latest videos. This presentation is for informational purposes only, and there is no claim or guarantee to success. In this presentation, we will look at traits of successful individuals. This was part of my graduate studies where I examined characteristics of certain successful people, such as millionaires, legendary singers, musicians, athletes, and businessmen, to name a few. There were specific characteristics or traits that many share in common. I will name 11 of them to fit this video. Let's begin. The first trait is time on task. That is, how much time they devote to their work during the day. Most successful individuals spend more than 8 hours of work in a day. They usually start early in the morning and labor well into the night on the average. They are not concerned with overtime or compensation. Instead, they are motivated to complete their objective and derive gratification from doing so. To these individuals, their work is not work. They enjoy what they do, and it provides them with a purpose. This leads me to the next trait. Following your passion. By doing something you love, it is never work. For instance, many people devote their time to volunteer in hospitals, churches, schools, and food banks and never get monetary compensation. They do it because they love it, makes them feel good, useful, and gives them purpose. Individuals who work in an area what they love and is compensated is the best and most ideal job. For example, I was in education and I loved my job. Many teachers out there work long hours even after class, correcting homework, test papers, writing lesson plans, setting up for the next day. Knows what I am talking about. Many teachers I know leaves the school building well after 5 p.m. I know this because I was one of them. We did not get overtime pay, or were we concerned? Our focus was on our students. Another example is an investor I knew who was also a close friend. He loved investing and finances, especially making people money. During lunch with him, I had the opportunity to interview him for my graduate project. He told me he regularly gets up at the crack of dawn, about 4:30 a.m., and goes to work. I was puzzled and asked him, "Don't work start at 9 a.m. for you?" He confirmed that it is, but he likes to start the day by picking up his prepaid stacks of newspapers, such as the Wall Street Journal, Daily News, Post, etc., then reading through them in his office before the day starts. He has an agreement with the kiosk guy by paying him monthly for his daily stacks of news. FYI, this investor was a speed reader and goes through his 1.5 feet high pile of newspapers before 9 a.m. He also doesn't leave his office until after 7 p.m. Last I heard of him, he has a condo in New York City, a house in New Jersey, and a vacation home in Florida. This brings us to the next characteristic, which is to stay informed. Remember my investor friend who reads stacks of newspapers before the day begins? Part of the reason why he is so on point and successful is because he makes himself aware of the changing world around him. By being cognizant of certain events, he can better advise people where to put their money. Let's look in a different field such as medicine. Doctors who read up on the latest medical advances and training will have a leg up on helping their patients and saving more lives. Remember that the most effective people are the ones that are kept informed and updated in their field and the world around them. The next trait is consistency. This means thinking and acting in a way that are regular in order to maintain your success. You don't just work one day and the next day you slack off. Consistency means maintaining regularity for a long period of time. I'm talking years. Let's look at some examples. In the music industry, there are many one-hit wonders. These artists are famous for their one or two hits and becomes popular for several months, then drop out, not to be heard again. You know who they are. However, there are some musicians like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Aretha Franklin, Elvis Presley, who are legends. They remain popular for decades. Why? Because they consistently produce hit after hit, year after year, consistently. Getting to the top is relatively easy compared with staying at the top. This is consistency. Another trait of highly successful individuals is persistence. This means that they are firm in their course of action and continues in spite of adversity or difficulties. These are the people whose mentality is to never give up and never give in. Stay the course. Part of a successful person's personality is that they are risk takers. You heard of the phrase, no guts, no glory? Well, this applies here. Successful individuals have goals in mind and have the courage to face uncertainty. They learn and grow as a result, even learn to take better risk. By this, I mean risk that have better outcomes. This leads us to the next trait, which is embracing failure. Failure is a fact of life. No one can escape it. People fear it. This limits them from acting, which can reduce growth. Individuals who are highly successful embraces failure. They know it is part of the success process and will move forward anyway, despite knowing a high probability of failing. They come away learning from it and uses it. They see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. The next trait is believing in yourself and possibilities. Believing that if you take first steps, actions, you can make things happen. Belief is a very powerful thing. It built cities, countries, and civilizations. Our founding fathers believed in creating a new country called the United States of America, and here we are. Be aware that there are people out there that may try to rattle your beliefs. This brings us to the next trait. There are always people out there that will try to discourage you and may even bring you down. They want you to live to their expectations. Well, don't listen. You know what you want in life. You want to live your own life, not theirs. Most people go by standards, stay within the box, playing it safe, and do what is expected. Well, highly successful people don't usually think this way. Instead, they raise the standards, go outside the box, refuse to be the victim, and defeat circumstances. This is exactly the point when we hear about people going from rags to riches. Finally, surround yourself with people who supports and inspires you. Let go of the ones that discourages you and puts you down. We might not be able to control everything, but we can control who surrounds us. In conclusion, these are just some of the characteristics or traits that highly successful individuals have in common. Some more, some less. There really is no formula for success, but sharing this information with you, it is hoped that this will increase your probability of success. Please like this video and subscribe. Also hit that notification button to get the latest video. I welcome comments and suggestions. Be happy and be well.